Hello guys, DJParson here, back with the next game of the International Championship. You guys already saw the first game, and I don't know the result yet because those games started at the same point. So for me it's basically still all players on 0 points, so I don't have any idea. But yeah, the next game is gonna be this one. This has started, that is against Silent X 111, Select 123, and Dr. Renate, and that's gonna be a 4-player game, so that should be really exciting, and I will see you guys in the game. So against Silent X 111, Slick, and Dr. Renate, we have the last turn. Let's wish them good luck and have fun first. And what is Dr. Nate saying? Enjoy the season and let the best player win. Or me, that's fine too. I would also be fine with me winning, actually. I guess everybody would. So let's see what Silent X took. He took Cleopatra. Slick took the library. Dr. Renate took Pyramids and Sun Tzu, and now we have 4 civilizations to choose from. I mean, we can take some really nice stuff. I think I'm gonna go with Hippocrates, but let's first take a look at the leaders and wonders. What do we have? We have Pierre and Marlene and Bill Gates, Churchill and Gandhi. Gandhi can be useful. In general, 4-player games, last position can be tricky, but most on the early game. In Project and International Red Cross, there is no Bach, but Shakespeare. Yeah, pretty sad to see no Bach. That would make Joan of Arc, Bach and Marlene an option. So we only have Shakespeare for the theaters in H2. Also no Gaudi, but there's Nobel and Napoleon, Robespierre and Catherine, so a lot of military actions in H2. And a lot of military actions in general. Caesar and Joan of Arc, so we see a lot of red dots. What else do we have? Railroad, no ocean liner, Harvard College, Kremlin and St. Peter's Basilica, that can be an option, or even the Forbidden City. Himeji Castle can be quite nice in 4 players in last position, not being afraid of the aggressions and everything all the time. Saladin, Nostradamus very good in 4 players. No Zizka, and then for the wonders, Stonehenge, Acropolis and Colossus left, so not the greatest ones, in my opinion. But yeah, the best 2 already taken, Pyramids and Library. I think I'm just gonna go with Hippocrates, Urban Growth and Rich Land, getting 2 resources, getting Hippocrates. Alternatively, I would take the Engineering Genius and the Urban Growth. That's 3 resources. But I mean, yeah, 2 good leaders already taken, Cleopatra and Sun Tzu, if we don't get Hippocrates. Boudica in last position, 4 players, not that good. And then Caesar, Aristotle. Yeah, I think I want Hippocrates this turn. And then we still get the Rich Land. So I think that's really good, getting Urban Growth and Rich Land already is 2 resources. And then a pretty nice leader. I think this will do fine. Very fine indeed. And he elects Cleopatra, already builds 1 step to use the extra free resource and 1 mine. Slick will get the Engineering Genius, it seems like. Yes, definitely grabs that one. And green goes for electing Sun Tzu, drawing extra cards, going for 1 mine, Rich Land. Seems reasonable. And yeah, we probably want to elect Hippocrates this turn. Go for that lab. And we could go for the Great Wall. It's not the best. We could also still go for the Colossus. Maybe just grab Colossus. In last position, it's not too bad. Get extra card draw, get some strength, so we aren't such a big target for aggressions and the events and everything. It's kind of expensive, but yeah, what are you gonna do? I think that's better than the Great Wall. The Great Wall is also really, really expensive. Takes a lot of civil actions to take right now and to finish. And we probably want a free population because these guys might be playing politics, and then we want that free population for the free religion or the free warrior, whatever might come. Definitely not the best wonder, but yeah, in last position that can quite often happen that you don't get the best wonder. So yeah, that's gonna be what we do here. And then see what we draw for our first card draw. Raiders and border conflict. I mean, on the one hand that's good because we have Colossus, so we could try to go and win these. On the other hand, we are the last position, so that makes it sometimes a little bit harder to really go for these strength events. Let's see, Silent will go with 1 lab, takes frugality and increases population. But he didn't play politics. Slick also won't be playing politics. Builds the lab and gets engineering genius. Oh, he had that, but he can finish the library next turn. There's finally some development of science, and green will take growths and the knights. So he can finish the pyramids next turn. That was probably his plan. So he could get the knights. Then we could try to go for the border conflict and raiders. Go with knights, go with the Colossus. I mean, I guess green also with the knights, with Sun Tzu, he's looking like he wants to play some strength. What do we do this turn? We probably build that mine. Take the knights. And maybe, yeah, the breakthrough would be nice, but can't really. Yeah, then we don't get a free population. I think I want to play something here. Maybe not the border conflict first, maybe the raiders. Don't think we will be one of the 2 weakest. Then see what we get. Development of politics. And we get some territories, call to arms, border conflict. So we can decide which one of those we want to keep. We do have 1 extra colonization from the Colossus soon, so we could go for the territories. There is sadly no Suez Canal and no cook, so no extra synergy for that. But then yeah, we could still go with raiders, call to arms, border conflict. There is also Nostradamus. We could go with call to arms and Nostradamus, but I also want those knights, I think. Yeah, those knights just seem good. And then build that mine. If we don't have free population, that could definitely hurt us. I want that free population. We don't get the breakthrough, but I guess we'll have to be fine with that. Can't justify that instead of increasing population. I mean, if we don't increase population, we get 1 extra food, and the breakthrough is 2 extra science. Maybe that's worth the risk of not getting the free religion. But there's Joan of Arc, so that could be nice, getting that free religion. Do I need the knights? I could think about not taking the knights. I would take breakthrough, which land, and increase population. Don't get the knights. There's still 2 knights in there. Maybe I don't have to grab them for 2 selections. Yeah, maybe if we get Nostradamus. I only played the raiders thus far. I could not get these knights. Makes this turn a lot better. Getting some nice yellow cards into our hand. If we get iron, that would be nice with a rich land. I think that's more important than getting those knights. Yeah, I think I'll go with that instead of that. So get rid of the territories. Want to keep the call to arms and border conflict. I mean, yeah, we skip the knights, but it's still, we have the Colossus. So those cards could still be useful. And the territories. Yeah, we could also go for that. If we get the cartography, we could go for colony game. Then we would be getting rid of these. We could also keep the call to arms. Get rid of border conflict and historic territory, so we have some options. Border conflict, being the strongest, maybe is not achievable, so only playing call to arms and raiders, especially if you get Nostradamus. So maybe getting rid of that border conflict. So I guess green, yeah, he has a good position to be the strongest, so maybe this is a move, keeping 1 of those territories. Let's see what else we draw. Still no tactic. That is a little bit problematic. But we get one colonization cut, so we could go with inhabited territory next and try to win that in a couple of turns. Let's see, Silent X opens development of planning. We're gonna see what that can be. Takes knights, builds one step of its wonder, and reveals the medieval army. And Slick will open borders agreement offered to us. Yeah, basically not really any decision. We just want that. We want that extra military action. We have the Colossus. I'm not afraid of Slick at all, so I will definitely accept that pact. Slick will finish his library this turn, goes for one warrior and takes bread and circuses. And green will open development of civil life. Let's see what we can use that for. He also finishes his hermits and goes for the heavy cavalry. Pretty interesting. Let's see, we could play the inhabited territory. We have that one colonization card. We do have the Colossus. We do have extra military action from the open borders agreement. So we could go with the inhabited territory. Yeah, I think I might do that this turn. Going for the inhabited. I don't know what the rest is going to be, what we go for. So you could take a look at that first. Usually you want the development of trade routes here. We have a lot of stuff now. But also use this to raise population then. Still can't finish the Colossus. We could go with the Leonardo. Problem is we don't have alchemy, so printing press. We could go with the printing press. We're up to 4 science production. One problem with this play is the Code of Laws and Monarchy. Those probably won't survive till our next turn. Blue has 11 science. He definitely will go for Code of Laws, I think. Maybe even Monarchy as well. He has Stonehenge. Slick has a lot of science. Green has not that much science, but I definitely don't think the Code of Laws and Monarchy will survive. So then the question is, what do we do with our extra science? On the other hand, we probably don't want to be stuck at Hippocrates for too long. No other leader coming out yet. I mean, there's still some really good leaders out there, so we could wait one more turn. Could also just grab Leonardo this turn. One problem will be the population and the happy faces. If we put another population into the printing press, don't really have that much. Yeah, we don't really have then that many population left. We could go for the Code of Laws this turn. And maybe just grab the printing press. Or elect Leonardo already. Go for the Code of Laws then. To get one extra resource. And build one stage of the Colossus. Then Leonardo is not really giving us that much. But we probably will be getting one of the alchemies, and then we get more from Leonardo. For now he's only giving us the resource, but that resource might be pretty nice. I think first we play the inhabited territory, see if that changes anything. Development of settlement doesn't really change anything. I mean, we have more population now. So development of trade routes, raise the population, increase population for free. This could mean with the extra population that we can afford one printing press. The big problem is we could also just go for the Code of Laws and take Leonardo and the printing press and go for that next turn. Still get that third yellow cube from Hippocrates. Then next turn we can go for Leonardo, printing press, build one printing press and finish the Colossus. I think I might like this more. I want that Code of Laws to spend our science, especially if we go for Leonardo, we will have a lot of science production. So skipping the Code of Laws, definitely not something I want to do. Yeah, in general this looks pretty good. The printing press is definitely interesting. I would have liked the alchemy more, but especially with that extra population from the development of settlement, this definitely feels okay. Raiders in hand, inhabited territory. We probably want to finish this Colossus pretty soon before those hit, but I don't think that Blue will play politics himself. I mean, he might and then go for knights, and then we are the weakest because we didn't finish our colossus yet, but I don't think there really is a way to do that. We would have to go for Leonardo. Yeah, we don't have the civil actions if we go for this. Then we would have the resource, but not the civil actions. I think I like the other play anyway. So going for the Cold Laws. And going for the printing press. And then hope that we don't get hit too hard by the events coming. I mean, one is the inhabited territory. One is the Raiders. Raiders not even too bad. And then green played a lot of cards. So it might be that green has played something strength related, but also he's pretty... Yeah, on third position. Maybe he didn't play those yet. We don't know. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Hope to draw maybe good tactic. A Legion is fine if we don't get knights. And there's only one knight left, so we could go with the Legion. Silent will open the development of crafts. He will probably also finish his Stonehenge builds. 2 knights already. Goes for Code of Laws. Doesn't finish the Stonehenge. Interesting, those 2 knights goes up to 7 strength. Slick will reveal the developed territory right off the bat. So let's see, yeah, we can bid 2. It's gonna be quite dangerous against the 7 strength from Silent. At least we do have extra military actions. Maybe we don't bid anything. I don't think we win with 2 anyway, but we probably want to have that defend card possible to go for that. When we do get the Colossus, then we would be at 3 strength. Then we can defend with 1 defend card against Silent. So I don't think we can win for 2 anyway. If we could, the science doesn't really do that much right now. We could rebuild the warriors. But yeah, I can just pass. Yeah, Dr. Nate gets it for 3+. So we don't reveal any information, which is very good. So that worked out very nicely. And the colony won by Slick. No, by Dr. Nate. He wins it for a warrior and 2 colonization cards. Slick will go for the monarchy, 2 warriors. So we can defend, I guess, against blue. Yeah, blue's really threatening this game, so... Okay, Dr. Nate goes for Barbarossa for 3 civil actions. So he can build 2 knights. And so he is strong as well, so we really have to worry a little bit here. But I think with the Colossus we should be fine. Let's take a look. Raiders and inhabited territory. Raiders would not be good right now. So I think we finish the Colossus. Then we have 3 strength at least. We could want more with that Raiders especially. We could go for 2 warriors. And the Legion, putting us at 7. 7 is not bad. Go for Leonardo. Maybe grab the Alchemy. I guess Printing Press. Yeah, that's kind of cute with Shakespeare, etc. But yeah, we just had to spend 2 population into warriors. So I guess it's pretty unlikely that we can go for the Printing Press. So I'd rather take the Alchemy. I also would like Engineering Genius. Is there wonders left? Yes, Seamagic Castle and St. Peter's Basilica after the Universitas. So that would be pretty nice. Swordsman could also be really nice because we just went for this Legion. This is gonna be upgraded heavy cavalry. But yeah, we can't get knights. They didn't show up. So maybe we should grab the Swordsman here. The problem is we don't get any of these yellow cards. But I want that Alchemy. I guess we could say we don't go for the Alchemy, but go for the Swordsman and Engineering Genius. And we have those Swordsmen, no Alchemy. I mean, if you take a realistic look at our population, we probably have 2 more turns, maybe only next turn before we have the end of the age, where we likely only lose 1 yellow. So we will get 1 more population out. Is that really going to go on the Printing Press? Or isn't that going to Happy Faces anyway? I don't think the Printing Press, with this turn of events, with going for those 2 warriors, which I still think we have to do. And we could even think about something differently. Go for Leonardo, go for Swordsman this turn. Then we go up to 5, maybe even 6. But yeah, then we don't get any of these cards either. And yeah, I guess go for the Colossus, 2 Warriors with the Legion. We don't have to play Leonardo. There's really no reason to, but there's also no reason to keep Hippocrates. So just play him, keeps our hand clean. And I mean, Silent has Knights, so maybe he doesn't want the Swordsman. We could then get these Swordsmen next turn. Only have to pay 1 civil action for those. Maybe Slick will definitely want the Swordsman. So that is a problem. If Slick or if Silent grabs these Swordsmen for 1 civil action for him, Slick will probably grab the other ones. So maybe I should grab the Swordsman and then Alchemy. I mean, then we have extra resources from Leonardo, so then maybe we don't need the Engineering Genius. Still have the Rich Land in hand. The next turn we could go for Alchemy and Swordsman. Finally, yeah, definitely upgrade 1 Alchemy next turn then. But keep those Swordsmen in hand. And then we don't get any of these pretty nice yellow cards, but I think these technologies are more important in our situation. Because we can't go without Swordsman, then we have 3 Warriors. That's very inefficient. So I think I'll have to do this. And the turn. Yeah, last position, Call to Arms and Reign of Terror. I don't know. We could still go with the territory play, with the Colossus that we have. Maybe if we get the inhabited territory, we can go for... I guess there's no Cook anyway, so no real grand territory strategy. But yeah, like this maybe. Don't draw any cards, but yeah, at least we have our strength up now. And Stonehenge finished. He goes for Michelangelo, grabs that Universitas. Pretty nice for him. Getting that pretty cheaply. Still has Engineering Genius, so he can finish that next turn. Slick goes for Swordsman as well. Upgrades all of them. Wants to be strong. Wants to be the strongest, actually. He might run out of time for Saladin. That's interesting that he might lose Homer if a lot of cards get taken. Green goes for next Knight to get the Heavy Cavalry. 13 strength. Why are these guys all going for so much strength here? I don't really like that. We are one of the 2 weakest, so the Raiders would hit us. So maybe skip Politics for now. My plan was to go for the Alchemy, yeah. We could also go with the Swordsman as well and then upgrade Swordsman to be able to defend. I mean, like this, we can defend, just barely. With our 1 defend card we don't draw a lot of cards, but yeah, it works. And then we have 2 civil actions left where we could take the iron. We still have that rich land in our hand. And honestly, we could go for Theocracy. We have that extra civil action that could be pretty nice for us. Could even do in Revolution. Because we need those happy faces. If we don't get the more happy faces soon, we're gonna have to destroy something because the age will end. We will lose yeah, only 1 yellow cube, but still. That means if we increase population, we don't get a new free population. So maybe the Theocracy is not bad. Maybe we could even do the Revolution next turn. Get that happy face, maybe upgrade a warrior to get out of corruption. But we shouldn't have too many problems with corruption. I think the Theocracy is going to be pretty nice. And then... yeah, I guess it limits our civil actions a little bit, but the rest of that is pretty nice. The strength really important in such a heavy military game. The military action is still pretty good, especially once we lose our open borders agreement, which will last for a while, but yep, still pretty good. And then we definitely need that happy face, so I think this is pretty good. We could alternatively... I mean, we want the iron. We have the rich land, we want that iron, and then between all of these, the cartography could be worth it. go for the cartography instead. We have that wealthy territory. There is no cook, no Suez Canal. So I don't know how much worth is that cartography. And there's one territory in. We have the wealthy territory in hand. Don't know how much. I mean, what do we do next turn? We don't have enough science to go for the iron. We could just go for cartography next turn. Upgrade another philosophy. And then we don't go for theocracy. How do we get happy faces? Could still go for... I mean, bread and circuses are both gone, but we could go for team sports maybe to get those happy faces. Yeah, maybe theocracy. We have a lot of science production. We also spend a lot of science just now, but we also have pretty good production. And with that, we probably want to aim for an H2 government form and not the theocracy. So I think the cartography can be nice if the inhabited territory isn't revealed before our next turn. We can then go for cartography. So I like that. Only drawing one card. And yeah, I definitely think Slick will run out of Homer. Yeah, pretty likely. Silent just has to take one card. And that definitely might be the iron. And then Slick will lose Homer, which will give him an unhappy worker. He has bread and circus, so maybe he doesn't need that as much, but yeah, definitely not ideal for him. Silent will go and build a knight, goes up to 10 strength, grabs, finishes the universitas and grabs the St. Pete's. Yeah, getting a lot of nice wonders with his Michelangelo. Slick has to go for one bread and circus because of corruption. Can't go with the tactics, so yeah, we are the weakest again now. Let's see, Dr. Nate will open something. Ah, it's the uncertain borders. That's not good for us. That really helps green. Can grab Engineering Genius and the Magic Castle. Oof, that gave us a lot of problems now. The Raiders also wouldn't help, so I don't think I want to go for that. At least we have some extra cards from the Colossus, but they were not really good. Ooh, what do we do here? We have some big problems. With losing that one yellow cube, we have an uprising. We can't get out another population. Could hope for something from the inhabited territory, but I guess that's not that likely to win it. There's not going to be an aggression from Slick, so he's Nostradamus, so at least we know that we don't have to worry about having to cancel this pact, so that extra military action is pretty nice still. We could go with the cartography. I guess we'll have to destroy something, and definitely don't want to destroy a warrior. I guess we upgrade this and destroy a mine. We do get some extra resources from Leonardo. We can next turn go for the iron. And then I guess I want to upgrade... I guess I don't upgrade this warrior. Doesn't really change a lot. I mean, for the Raiders, it could be... Yeah, it's probably unimportant for the Raiders. We will be one of the two weakest anyway, because of Nostradamus. So we can't win the Raiders against Red. So it doesn't really make sense to upgrade. Then we don't draw as many military cards. Maybe don't draw another territory that we could need. So there's that. I could just... I mean, the irrigation doesn't feel like I have the resources right now. There is also 3 selective breedings. That seems a lot nicer than the irrigation this late. Cultural heritage, I also don't really need that. We could grab the frugality. If we win the inhabited territory, then we can increase population again and use that frugality to get maybe out another population. It could be pretty good. The rest really doesn't seem that exciting. Can't grab the alchemies. Warfare. Yeah, I mean, okay, warfare, but we don't have that much science. We probably want to go for the iron next turn. If we can even go for that, if we have to send away some swordsmen for the inhabited territory, I guess then that doesn't really work. Could of course also go for the cultural heritage, but yeah, then I have to grab the irrigation. I think the frugality is the first card from H2 that we can grab, so that has more value than cultural heritage and the irrigation, because I don't think I want to go for the irrigation. So I'll go with this. Keep the territory. I guess we can get rid of these. And maybe keep one aggression. The other crime wave and arms industry doesn't seem that good. Keep one of the colonization card. Keep the territory. And what do you draw? Some tactics. Okay, that's nice. It's Napoleonic army is pretty hard to go for. But I mean, we have the science, we have the swordsman already, so that could be nice. Defensive army probably would have been better, but I'll take these early H2 tactics are very important always, so I definitely take those. And blue opens the inhabited territory. That is a little bit too early. We can't really go for that, I fear. If I send away the warrior, we go down to 7, so then there could be an aggression from red and from green. Red still has that open borders agreement, so it could do an aggression. Attack us with, yeah, too much. I can't bid for this. So this feels really, really bad. Going for the cartography and then not being able to go for that inhabited territory feels pretty bad, but I guess I should have seen that earlier. That we, in last position, if those territories come out on a bad spot, we can't really go for them. But yeah, I just think I have to pass. I can't have 2 aggressions on me. That is not worth it. I mean, I can't even defend against red's aggression, and then green could have 1 to follow up. So sadly, I just have to pass, and red wins it for 4+. He has a very good position for that. He has Nostradamus, doesn't need 4 swordsmen, so yeah, getting rid of 1 and getting the territory. If he has 2 colonization cards, that's really, really good for him. And he has to send 2 swordsmen for that. That is quite expensive. King of the Conman this turn. That's pretty good. Grabs the rifleman. The other rifleman also showing up. Cannons grab for 2 reserves and cultural heritage from Slick here. Let's see what green will do. We'll probably grab the rifleman, I fear. Scientific breakthrough. Quite a lot of science to us. I definitely like that. Let's see what he does. No, he doesn't grab the rifleman. Okay, goes up to 18 strength. That is quite a lot. I mean, yeah, okay. Let's see what we want to do. We're not the weakest. We could play something here. Raiders would still hit us though because of Nostradamus. So I maybe don't want to play. I guess I want another territory in there. Maybe the Raiders wouldn't be the worst. We don't really need the food right now anyway. Can't use that right now. Yeah, let's pay the wealthy territory. And it's going to be good harvest. That means we can spend our food. And you can't even spend all of it. That is quite nice. That is quite nice. Now we have a lot of population, but no happy faces. So how do we want to get some happy faces? I mean, there's Shakespeare. There's Shakespeare. We have the printing presses in hand. Don't think that's particularly good. We could go with the iron and just go with the plan and build one. I mean, we could grab the drama. We have a lot of science to play them. We have quite a lot of population as well. There's this aggression that we can't fear from Barbarossa. I mean, you can upgrade once, but there's really nothing else we can do to prevent this. I guess we could go for warfare. Like how would that work? If we increase population, I definitely want to go for the iron. Then we can't go for warfare this turn. For that we would have to increase population, go for the iron. Yes, we don't have to increase population. I mean, there might be reds, but probably not. And then we can go for the warfare. We have 4 military actions, 1 defend card. We can also upgrade to spend the corruption. And now we should be able to defend. I mean, we can't, but maybe we're not the biggest target because we have the potential. I would really like the cavalrymen as well, especially with the Napoleonic army, but yeah, the only other way I could get more military is by grabbing Napoleon, and I don't think that's very good right now. A little bit early for that, etc. Definitely want some happy faces. We could, of course, go with the team sports. That works with Pierre. And I think this is not really a Shakespeare drama and printing press play, because we already have the alchemies. So, yeah, I'd rather go for the warfare. A lot of the blue H1 technologies, which is kind of what you want. If you have a lot of science early, spend that on nice, efficient, on nice blue technologies. It's better than just accumulating a lot of science. And then aggression could hurt, but maybe he has some better targets. I mean, yeah, blue might go for rifleman and get the same strength as us. Slick still has Nostradamus to defend. Oh, yeah. Green is looking pretty dangerous here. I'm a little bit afraid I have to commit. But yeah, I think it doesn't really matter which one I keep. Could also discard the hussars, but you never know. Can always keep them. Don't need 2 aggressions. Hope for 1 defend card. Oh no, 1 defend card would have been really, really nice, and then we could have defended. There's still, of course, pretty unlikely win for green here. We did draw extra cards from the Colossus, so maybe he doesn't expect us to not have that defend card. And Napoleon by blue here. So he definitely won't get that aggression from green. Slick opens Raiders. Me and himself will be punished by that. A lot of swordsmen. So yeah, if green has an aggression, it's probably gonna be hitting me right now. And it does the raid. So we're gonna lose 1 of these alchemies. That's not great, but we can't defend. Missing 1 defend card. Sadly, we didn't draw that. Would have been quite nice. So we have to concede this one. And a successful aggression. Dr. Nate destroys 1 of our labs, of course. Builds more knights, goes up to 26. Oh man. He is playing aggressive, even with the Republic. Can maybe do a revolution next turn for the Republic. Maybe play another aggression. That would suck. We are the weakest. So, I mean, the Raider's still there. We could hope to get the territory, could play the autonomous territory into the deck. Try to get something out of the cartography. While being the weakest, that's a little bit dangerous, but I think I have to try something here. So I think I'll go with the autonomous territory. Immigration, everyone besides me gets 1 free population. That really, really sucks. Yeah, lose 2 resources probably. And now we are again in a little bit of a pickle. With green can do another revolution. If we want to go for the Napoleonic army, we need the cavalrymen. We might also want the selective breeding. And we need happy faces still as well. There's Pierre, so it definitely could be worth it to go for team sports if that comes out. That probably is a good idea. We could also lose food and go for selective breeding this turn. Or we increase population this turn. If there's a rebellion, that that would suck. But where is it? Where's the rebellion? It could be in. Rebellion is here. It could be in the deck. Then we lose all of our civil actions. That would hurt a lot. But I can't get happy faces this turn anyway, really. So maybe this is the play. But maybe we lose food. If we go for the selective breeding this turn anyway, we could go for food. Upgrade that. Would like a wonder, but I don't think I can grab one of these. We don't really have that many resources. So just grab the cavalryman. Okay, then we are floating 1 civil action. So maybe we do lose the resource and increase population once. But no real reason to do that. We could not grab the cavalryman, but breakthrough. Or efficient upgrade, getting more resources. We don't have the cavalryman, and those are the last 1. That means we can't go for both of the tactics that we've drawn. Problem is, if we want to go for Napoleonic army, we need cavalrymen and cannons. There's still 2 cannons left, but yeah, the science cost of that is really, really high. But I would like to have the efficient upgrade. Maybe the cavalrymen are more important. When we don't produce any culture, we are in a pretty bad position, I would say, in general. So maybe the only chance that we have is go for some wars, and then we definitely need the cavalrymen. I think I lose these the resources here, increase population, go for the selective breeding, and take the cavalrymen. Then hope to get cannons as well. Maybe can stabilize in a bit and go for a lot of strength and try with some H3 wars. Yeah, maybe we could do that. And if we want to go for strength play, we definitely need the cavalryman. Could go for Nobel if he comes out. Could go for cavalry next turn maybe. I would have loved to have Napoleon, but yeah, he's taken already. It's looking pretty bad. I could get rid of the hussars maybe. I mean, we could also, for the wealthy territory, spend a lot of our swordsmen, then we don't need the cannons. So maybe keeping both of the tactics is kind of good. I guess the aggression can get discarded, yeah. And we draw 3 cards maybe. I mean, defend cards against green isn't even enough, but we don't draw that anyway. The defensive army is pretty good. We just need cannons now. So we have a lot of good H2 tactics, which is really important. So now I need the cannons. These ones probably gone. Probably blue grabs them, but there's one more left that we then have to take. And the wealthy territory comes up. And yeah, again, we have some problems. I mean, I could say that we can't defend against green anyway. So we could bid for this up to 6. Then we can still defend against red. And we can't defend against green anyway. So this might be... yeah, this might be good to bid 6 here. Some extra resource would be quite nice. We can use that to get rid of 1 warrior or 1 swordsman to go for the cannons maybe, or even if we want to transition into Napoleonic army. Getting rid of 1 warrior or 1 swordsman for 6 resources is pretty good. So let's see, we win it for that. And we can even keep our 1 defend card. And yeah, we couldn't defend against green anyway, so I think that's, yeah, perfectly reasonable. Blue will go for more military, 18 strength for him. I'm feeling pretty, yeah, pretty down there with 8 strength. Let's see, red will play the, or open the pestilence. Goes for more iron, goes for upgraded food. Still 1 selective breeding left. Let's see what green will do if he plays an aggression on us. Oh, no aggression. A war over technology. Catherine elects her immediately. That's a lot of knights. Really impressive. I mean, at least we don't have that much science. I guess we can lose all of these precious blue cards to the war. And with that cannon being on 6 science, we can't go for that. To go for an upgraded army, the defensive army. So I guess we play something and hope that we get something good. Then we play the Cold War probably, Independence Declaration. I mean, it's not too bad to lose the wealthy territory, and Cold War could be nice for the other guys. If they, I mean, it's going to be hard to overtake blue in strength. So maybe I should play the Independence Declaration. I mean, there's a chance that we can overtake these guys. I'm gonna go with the Cold War here. Kind of a desperate play. Extra resources don't really do that much. We would have needed extra science. But looks like all of our science will be gone. We can build 1 swordsman to go up to 12. We could go with the railroad. Sadly, we don't have enough civil actions for that to finish it this turn. But I guess taking a wonder is pretty good. We lose all of our science, so we can't... I mean, I probably should still take the cannon. Also need happy faces, so maybe I should take the team sports as well, but yeah, not getting the cannons would suck a lot. I mean, we shouldn't also load up on too many science cards, which is a problem. Maybe we can't go for the railroad then. We have to grab cannon and team sports. And then upgrade food production some more. Yeah, railroad would be nice to stabilize military a little bit and get more resource production. But can we skip the team sports? There are 2 organized religions left and they're a little bit cheaper. So we lose by 14, so it's gonna steal Code of Laws, maybe Warfare. Oh yeah, he has Warfare already, so he steals Code of Laws and Cartography, maybe that's 10. And then he steals 4 Science. That is not ideal. Yeah, looks rough here. 6 knights with the upgraded army, 26 strength and the magic castle. Pretty impressive. Well done job with Barbarossa. I would have liked him to go for war against Seleucus or someone. Guess the problem is he can go for another tactic, and we, stuck at 3 science, can't really. I mean, I might even think about resigning, but maybe it's a little bit too early for that. Still have some chances, maybe. I mean, we're very far behind in culture, but there's always some comeback potential. I guess it's gonna be really hard once we lose Code of Laws and Cartography. Might lose to an aggression from blue. Yeah, this looks probably over. I think this is also probably the best play. Grabbing team sports and cannons to maybe stabilize at some point if we can go for these tactics. We definitely need new tactics and we need happy faces and strength. So going with the team sports. It's just going to be a long time until we can go for these cards. Because we don't have the science. And gonna lose even more science. We draw, or at least we draw some defend cards, so that could be nice to defend against blue if he tries an attack. And the rebellion does come out. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Silent will grab the selective breeding. Let's see what Slake will do here. Goes for economic progress. We get 4 food at least. That's not too bad. And then let's see, goes for cavalryman. 2 of them. Upgrade. And new tactic, the classic army. So we are pretty far behind in strength now, behind everyone. And he does steal cartography and all of our science and the Code of Laws. Yep. Seems pretty good. We might be getting the strategy, but here we don't have any science anymore. We have some big problems. At least this turn is going to be quite easy because we only have 1 civil action. So the choices are not that hard. Would love to get the revolutionary idea, but yeah, doesn't really work. Yeah, I mean, some extra science would be nice, but I don't think we can get any science from any of these. Could try to get the autonomous territory, but even that is not enough science to go for the team sports. I'm still gonna do that. Have to try something here. And it's gonna be the autonomous territory, where we can try to bid a lot. Could bid 8 easily. We do get 1 extra civil action, then we could take the science, maybe grab the revolutionary idea, and then next time we can go for team sports and somehow try to stabilize. Yeah, I'm just gonna bid, I mean we could even bid more. Yeah, I think I'm even gonna bid up to 10. I really want that one. Yeah, go for that. And blue wins it for 11 plus. Has to send away whole army. Riflemen and knights, that's really expensive, but yeah, I mean, autonomous territory is pretty good. So yeah, now we have to spend our 1 civil action. Let's see what we can do with that. I mean, the rebellion is out, so we don't have to worry about our unhappy workers. We can't take any cards. We can either increase population or upgrade the iron. I guess upgrading the iron, getting a few more resources makes some sense. Can't grab the revolutionary idea. So yeah, pretty easy turn, just upgrading. We will have corruption, but no way around that. Even building a religion won't help with that. So we'll just wait for enough science to go for team sports. And then we can finally go for that. Maybe we can grab Nobel next turn, but the problem is we don't have science, so our hand is full, we can't develop any technologies. I mean, we might be able to develop printing press, but yeah, we might also lose that. Maybe the age is over, then we lose and discard printing press, and then we can grab Nobel if he's still available. Could also go for Robespierre. There's Cornwall left, so that, yeah, I guess Republic would have been better, but can't grab that this turn. So yeah, I guess keep the defend cards. Maybe we can defend against one of the aggressions that might be coming. And then defensive army is pretty nice. We just need the cannons for that. So let's see what we draw. Maybe another defend card would be nice. But nope. At least we have taken away a lot of the good tactics. And we have war, so if we can stabilize and go for a lot of strength, we might be able to go for that. And Silent opens the Gold War. Sadly, we don't get any science from that, of course. Grabs strategy, revolutionary breakthrough, so a lot of science for him. And goes for some food and the strategy, up to 21 strength. Sleek. Will open something as well, international agreement. So maybe green takes that and then we don't get another aggression on ourselves. Could be one round where there's not a single aggression on us. That would be pretty nice. And yeah, green takes cards, doesn't use politics action. Can take a lot of cards. And Nobel gets discarded. Ah. So because green took all of those cards with the international agreement, Nobel now got discarded, which was really unfortunate. If we could take him this turn, that would have been very good. Now we don't get an H2 leader, we have to look at H3 ones. Maybe an early Gandhi or something can help us somewhat. Yeah, so skipping politics here. I mean, we could try to get something going. Could go for the inhabited territory. Let's just play that. Civil unrest. Okay, civil unrest is pretty harsh for us as well. Losing 12 culture for that and 1 blue cube, so we add 0 culture now. Before that we had 11, so we lost all of it. Yeah, oof. Pretty big oof. If the wars come out pretty soon, I guess we just resign. Doesn't really make any sense to continue this. Next turn we can theoretically go for team sports if we don't lose any signs to aggressions, so that seems like a good plan. I can even get one population that is not being used. Don't really know what to do with that. We could even rebuild an alchemy to get more science going, get out of corruption. I mean, at 11 strength, seems pretty unlikely that we survive the next turn against all of the aggressions. But maybe Blue's afraid that if he plays an aggression we can defend against him. And then the other guys get through with the aggression. But yeah, there's no way I can get more strength. It doesn't really make sense to go for one swordsman. Sadly, we didn't draw any defend cards from H3 from the Colossus. So that sucks a little bit. We did draw a war, but that doesn't really do any good. So I guess we're probably still gonna go for the defensive army, so I want to keep that. And I guess the defend cards don't really do anything either week. With 3 military actions we can't defend. Yeah, I guess we still keep them. Could also keep the war. Get rid of 1 defend card. And yeah, 2 defend cards is not enough. That way we can defend up to 9, so we're 20, so that doesn't help against anyone. If you draw 1 defend card from H3, maybe we can defend 1 aggression, but you don't need the 2nd defend card then really. And the war is basically the only option where we can win. I can't win with culture production. Yeah, no way for that. I mean, I probably can't win with war either. But it's basically the only way out. If we can use our high population, okay resources, etc. and go for a lot of team sports, maybe the cannons, and then we can have 1 war, maybe you can drag someone down and at least win against them and not come in last, but maybe 2nd to last. So keeping the war. And then we draw 1 defend card, that's nice. So we can defend against 1 aggression. From blue, oh, not from red. I would have had to keep the defend card for that. Yeah, but at least we can defend against blue. And there's the first war from blue. Scientific method for him. Air Force, but doesn't go for them. Has tactic 25 strength. No war from him. Freedom of movement. That could be nice to disrupt the war, but I guess the problem still is the lacking science. Then we have green, also not playing war or aggression. Interesting. Efficient upgrade, revolutionary idea for him. Another efficient upgrade. And computers. So, I mean, we maybe can defend a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. We might have to play the embed of colonies, but yeah, we can take 1 from the bronze, put them into the swordsman, go for cannons. Then we even win the war. I mean, we're gonna have we're not gonna have corruption. We're gonna have an uprising. But I mean, we win the war at least. Next turn we can go for team sports. We stabilize finally for 1 turn without production. Maybe that's good. We can't destroy stuff for that. That's not really an option. Going with this, and then we could try to go for team sports. But then we lose the war. We lose 3 yellows. And then the problem still is the aggressions that will be coming out, and we can't defend them all. Yeah, if there's any chance, we have to try it with winning this war. Out to 29 at least. There's not going to be aggressions and nothing like that. With 5 signs next time for team sports. We could take something here. I mean, probably want to wait for a leader. All of these cost science, which we don't have, so it would be optimal to, yeah, I don't know, get yellow cards, but we have not a single yellow card being available here. That really sucks. We could just grab the International Red Cross. I mean, these guys might finish it for us. We can probably build 1 stage of that next turn or something. We also get the extra culture for the colonies, and there are more colonies coming, so I mean, what else am I gonna do? I could take the space flight, but that's horrible right now. I don't have the food. The problem is I don't have resources next turn for the team sports. But I can't destroy stuff for this. I mean, how would that work? I would go for the cannon, destroy even more stuff. I can't destroy my resource production. This doesn't really help the territories. Theoretically, they could, but maybe there's something else that can help us. Immigration is still in, so if it's that, that would be hilarious. Getting hit by rebellion, the civil unrest and the immigration. That would be funny. I'm just gonna go with the input of colonies. We have some chance to get more territories, and then that impact is gonna be good. Let's see. International negotiations. At least we can decide what we want to pay, and it's gonna be food then. Not perfect. Nothing we would have wanted. Oh no, I did that completely wrong. We wanna put the bronze still into the swordsman. I'm just gonna go for 2 cannons. At least we don't lose the war. We don't become a punching bag. We have uprising, but once is maybe fine. Now it's even worse to go for the International Red Cross. We don't have the food to build one stage next turn. And I can't go for any of these technologies, so maybe just grab the space flight. Maybe at some point we can finish that. Uprising, yeah. Get rid of the aggression. Still have the war, there's some possibility that we can make something work. We get 1 extra yellow. Doesn't really help, and next turn is gonna be a big problem again, because we don't have any resources to build the team sports. If only we had gotten like an urban growth or even reserves for 3 civil action last turn instead of the space flight, we could have built 1 team sports next turn, then it would have looked okay. We might be getting the wealthy territory, but probably not. Prosperity, we get 0 food. Feels good, feels good. If there's immigration as well now, then I might just resign. Satellites, reserves. Slick will open a pack, loss of sovereignty. That means no one can declare war on us. I mean, we're not gonna come back from this, so if I just accept this, this will just mean extra culture for red. I'm just mentally preparing to resign at any moment. So I don't think I should accept that. Gonna reject it and maybe even just resign next game or next turn. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to accept that. Next turn is gonna be horrible. Yeah, maybe I should have resigned a couple of turns ago. But yeah. Gonna reject that one. And Slick goes for computers with the architecture. Green, what will he do? Goes for military alliance with Slick for some reason. And goes for Marie Curie. Goes to International Cross and finishes it immediately. Yeah. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna resign. It doesn't really make sense to stay in this game. If we want to play this turn, we have to destroy 2 things to not have an uprising, and without that, yeah, it's just time to resign. There's no way we're not gonna end last, and then these guys can battle it out in a 3-player for the rest. So yeah, pretty sad. We're gonna check in on the end result, hopefully, and see who did it. I think who has the best option, best position. Probably green. Yeah, he has really good resource, not a lot of pop. There might still be some wars from blue. That is probably his only option. But yeah, against 8 resource production and 17 in the bank, I think green is gonna win. And then it's gonna be probably close between blue and red. That's probably blue making it because he has culture lead and more production. So yeah, that is my prediction. But yeah, I'm out. Also, if you didn't know, there is a resign button. You can forfeit the game and then click more about resignation and then resign. And yes, we really, really want to resign. Damn. At least you can stay in the game and see what they do. Maybe check in a couple of times so it's not the end for this game yet. So sadly, I thought we could just rewatch the whole game that they've played thus far, but I guess that doesn't work like that. I would have had to record that every time. We only see the end scoring, but yeah, didn't seem like the closest game. We see that green has a big lead before blue and red probably got hit by some wars. You see that he's at 60 strength, and yeah, probably some wars happened. A lot of competition, 12, 24, and 23 for Slick. Yeah, probably a war between blue and red or something. Colonies 6, 3 and 3. Yeah, this won't change, I guess. Industry 12, 2 only and 5. But yeah, this will be the final standings. So wonders doesn't change anything. So congratulations to Dr. Nate and Silent becoming 2nd place and Slick securing that 1 point from 3rd place. We sadly had to resign in H3. Yep, nothing else to do there really. No chance that I would have won. No chance I would have had more than red in the end. At some point it's just too much and you can't bear that anymore. So I had to resign. And yeah, this is not the perfect start into the next season or the 2nd game of the next season. But we're going to see what this means for the standings right now. So after that 2nd kind of disappointing game, let's see where that puts us in the standings of the current tournament. Oh, looks like I'm still on rank 3, but... Oh, it looks like not a lot of other games have finished. There's only... Yeah, the other guys haven't finished any of their tournament games. Fizzy and Frotes have 0 completed games. So this is kind of misleading that I'm 3rd place with 2 points after 2 games. That is definitely not going to be how it is in the end. Probably, if we count the real standings, I'm probably 6 or 7. As you can see, Invalid Name has 1 finished game and he lost that. So depending on how he does in his first 4-player game, he's definitely going to be ahead of me. But I'm not... Yeah, this is a little bit misleading. Don't get confused by that. These other guys just have to finish their games. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the game regardless. Maybe could learn something in regards of not doing mistakes, not being too greedy, and not having to resign in a game. But that was a first for me in a tournament game, especially one I recorded. So that was quite interesting. Not really an experience that I really wanted to make in this tournament, because I had high hopes for that, and I'm a little bit afraid that maybe I only have 1 season in the Grandmasters League, but there's a lot of games to come, only 2 finished and 7 will be in total, so 5 more games to come, so stay excited for that. I'm definitely gonna do my best and try to still compete for the top spots, and if nothing else, don't rank down into the Masters League. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope that I see you for the next tournament game that's gonna be next Sunday again.